once in a while, I come across a mid-level luxury handbag brand with some pretty bold claims. This one says that it's manufactured in the same factory that manufactures Prada, uses full-grain Spanish leather, gold-plated hardware, and promises luxury quality without the luxury markup. So naturally, I had to see and investigate for myself. Today we are unboxing and reviewing my very first handbag from the brand Parisa Wang. And by the end of this video, I'll let you know if I think that this handbag brand actually feels like luxury or just has really good marketing. If you've never heard of Parisa Wang before, they are a New York-based handbag brand that started in 2016. Their whole philosophy, which is very similar to some of the other mid-luxury handbags that I've reviewed on my channel, is to create timeless, quiet luxury, high-quality handbags direct to consumers without the high price tag of the typical luxury handbag, rather than going through the traditional luxury retail channels, which is a huge reason why a lot of those big luxury handbags do tend to cost as much as they do. According to the brand, their handbags are manufactured using premium high-quality materials in some of the ateliers that are used to produce some of the household name luxury handbag brands that we all know of, like Prada, YSL, Gucci, etc. Of course, that is a claim that Jessica, cannot just independently verify. So today we're going to focus on what's right in front of me, what I can see, feel, touch, smell from this bag, from the materials, the construction, the design, and the overall quality. Okay, let's open her up. Now, I do have to say, Parisa Wang does state that their materials that they package and ship your handbag in is all recycled and sustainable. So we do have a little bit of a sustainability claim going on with their brand, which we will get into in a little. Let's get this bag out. I have been wanting to film this video simply so that I can just take the bag out because I didn't want to do it without doing it with you. So when you open it up, this is the box inside. It's this beautiful blue color, Parisa Wang, New York. And here is my bag in their dust bag. They designed their dust bags to be not only something that you can hold your handbag in to keep it safe and clean and free of dust when you're not using it, but it's also a very different dust bag shape because it's a canvas. So it's a little bit more heavy duty dust bag than a lot of luxury handbag dust bags are, but it also has this nice little handle on the top and a drawstring so that if you wanted to, this could double as like a little shopping tote. Like maybe if you were running to the market or the grocery store, you could use this to bring things home or for whatever purpose that you want to use it for. But they are basically saying by putting this little handle on here, it gives you more use out of the dust bag if you'd like to use it that way. All right, now for the main event. Wow. Immediately, I am loving the color. It is exactly as it was presented on the website. Get all the packaging off. Ooh, so pretty. It has that gorgeous leather scent that, yes, it smells like leather. All right, let's make it official. Poppin' tags. This is the Gabrielle East-West Shoulder Bag in the medium size. They have this bag in a smaller version as well, but the medium comes in the most amount of different variations of colors, different finishes. I chose to get it in this pebbled calf leather, but it also comes in a really beautiful smooth leather. They also sell it in suede. I chose to go with the pebbled leather because I find that not only is pebbled leather, I feel like, timeless, obviously, but it's a lot more forgiving than smooth leather. You can kind of abuse pebbled leather, for lack of a better word, a little bit more than you can with a smooth leather, which is going to much more easily show any sort of scratches. This can handle more day-to-day wear and tear and still look great. I tend to be a little bit abusive with my handbags, so that's why I went with pebbled leather, and I felt like the pebbled leather would be a little bit more versatile all year round than, say, a suede, even though the suede versions of this bag are stunning. But I do have a very similar style to this in suede from Quince, so I figured let's go with the pebbled leather in this one. we'll talk about comparisons with this maybe in a little bit. I also chose this taupe color because I just think this is going to be very versatile for year-round, spring, summer, fall, winter. It's going to go with any season, and it's a great neutral that goes with basically any color you could think of. I think the silhouette is also really elegant. This is a bag that's been on trend lately, sort of elongated east-west style, but I think it's going to become a classic shape. And I really like this shape because it rests really easily underneath your arm, but it's surprisingly very roomy and can fit a lot of stuff in there. Like I said, this is made from full grain Spanish pebbled calfskin leather, and my immediate impression of it is that it feels really luxe. It has like a nice heavy duty weight to it. It doesn't feel like thin or flimsy. The bag itself, now that I have all of the inner packaging out of it and it's completely empty inside, seems like it's holding its shape very well, which I love to see. It's not kind of like caving in on itself when it doesn't have anything inside to support it. The leather does feel really nice and soft, and the bag has a really nice structure to it without feeling too rigid, which I really love about it. Okay, let's talk about the hardware of this, because that I think is where bags can tend to start to look cheap. The hardware is this really nice gold. It's not like super over the top cheap looking gold. It's just like, it's a nice soft color, and it's kind of got a little bit of like a frosty sort of finish to the little zipper pulls. And then you've got this little lock right here, which is also in gold. It has the PW for Parisa Wang. If you flip it over to the other side, which you'll never really see because it's like, it would have to like flip up like that and sit like it. But it has Parisa Wang on the other side too. So really nice little details like that I love. And I love that the leather zipper pulls that are attached have the Parisa Wang PW also embossed on the leather. And I just think that's just a small little element that really increases how expensive this bag looks. And then on this side of the bag, in very small letters, you have the gold Parisa Wang New York embossing. So this is definitely a very quiet luxury brand. It doesn't have huge logos all over the place. It's very subtle. And I like that because unless it's going to be like a huge designer brand like Saint Laurent or Gucci or YSL or whatever, insert whatever fashion house, I really wouldn't want like a big like PW on this, because it's just kind of like, who is that? What is that? And I feel like that kind of cheapens mid-luxury handbags because nobody knows what PW stands for. So it's actually a very good thing that the logoing is very subtle and not in your face. The straps are a nice length. Put it on my shoulder, little test. Yes, it rests just perfectly. They're long enough where the bulk of the bag is like low enough under my arm. So it just feels really comfortable when you're wearing it on your shoulder. You could also obviously wear it over your arm. And I really appreciate that they have this piece on the strap so that you can join the two handles together just to keep them like one from falling off your shoulder when you're wearing it. The zipper on each side, the ends have, obviously this one is locked down because this is the side that has the little lock, but on this side it has a nice strong magnet to hold that down so that it's not like sticking out, and I feel like that would look very unattractive. So I love that they've got that nice magnet built in to keep everything streamlined. The sides of the bag also have like a little secret sort of magnetic compartments on the side. So it's not just this zippered compartment inside where you can store things, but you've also got this whole pocket on the side and this one as well. These both have very strong magnets in them to keep them shut. And I love these types of pockets on this style of bag because you can slip your phone in there or anything that you know you're going to want like quick, easy access to without having to unzip your bag constantly. So that is a great little feature. And then of course, inside the bag, you've got lots and lots of room in there to fit. The inside of the bag looks great. It's a nice, feels like canvas material in there. All the stitching inside looks really nice and clean and straight, well constructed. You've got one little interior pocket here on the side that is open with a little leather trim on the top with the Parisa Wang embossing on it. So this is like plenty of room for me personally for my everyday essentials. It even, I wonder, the true test will be if it can fit my little foldable tripod in there. Oh my God, content creator's dream. It fits it. Okay, huge deal that it fits this fold-up tripod, first of all. Let's see what else. How about a powder? My little charging bank, because my phone's always running out of battery. These are my keys and my wallet. Surprisingly, yes, that's my wallet. That's all I carry around every day. Sunglasses, a must in Southern California. AirPods, don't leave home without them. A hair clip, because it is way too hot out here. And some makeup odds and ends. And look, there's still so much room to spare in there. And then, of course, my phone going in that little side pocket I told you about. And it zips up perfectly. Look at that. So cute. So nice. If it can hold a tripod, that's pretty impressive. This might have to be my go-to bag for when I go to any events in the future, because carrying that tripod is a struggle when I don't have very many bags that it fits in. The bottom of the bag has 4 gold feet so that when you place this on any surface, it can help to sort of keep the bag upright and also hopefully protect the bottom surface of the bag from anything that is on the table. And overall, just looking at the construction, like I said, all the stitching looks really nice, and even I don't see any loose threads coming out anywhere. And all in all, first impressions, just pulling this out of the box, I'm very impressed. It's also nice and lightweight. It's not heavy, which I think is great, being that it is a shoulder bag. You don't want anything that's gonna pull on you too much. And I think overall, this bag really does fit into that whole quiet luxury aesthetic. Their bags are meant to be classic silhouettes that sort of mimic the curves and the lines of modern architecture, which I think is really interesting. And because you don't have any huge logos screaming at you anywhere on the bag, and they're just very sleek shapes, it really can fit in with any sort of quiet luxury sort of wardrobe. Or not a quiet luxury person and you have a different style aesthetic, I still think that this could go so well with so many different outfits because it is so timeless and so versatile. One thing that I know people will ask about is where these bags are made, and they are handcrafted in China. Now, I personally don't automatically judge bag quality based on where they're manufactured, because there are quite a few high-end designer brands who also do some of their bag manufacturing in China as well. So I don't think that is an automatic disqualifier. What matters to me is the craftsmanship, the quality control, the materials. And so far, everything that I'm seeing from this bag definitely feels very well executed. The brand also talks quite a lot about ethical sourcing of materials and leather working group certified tanneries. Now, these claims are really hard to verify as just like an independent consumer. If that is true, then that is another great checkmark green flag for this brand. Now, if someone just handed me this bag and I didn't know the price, would I have guessed that it was approaching $500? And my answer to that, I think, would be yes. This just seems to be very well constructed and well made. It is 100% Spanish certified calfskin leather. It feels incredible on, and all of the little details also speak to it being a really high quality handbag. And I think when you compare it to similar companies that are in the same price range, like Coach, Polen, Strathberry, and Furla, then the price point definitely makes sense. Now, I know I showed you all this quince bag earlier. That is definitely a very similar shape to this one. This is 100% suede. However, this quince version is probably around $150, I want to say, versus $498 for this one, even including the suede version, which would be more comparable to this. But looking at them both, I just think that the quince version, while I love it, does not have the same amount of structure and craftsmanship that has gone into it. It does not have like some of the really beautiful details that this bag has. You can even see it in the style of like how the straps are sewn on. They're just a little bit more generic looking. These have a little bit more of a stylistic choice to them. And then of course, like the hardware and all the little details on this bag, including like just the way that this just feels structured. You can see the quince version is kind of looking a little flimsier. I have worn the crap out of this bag also, so there is that. Not that I don't love this, but just to give you a little comparison to a more affordable version, which is quince, to this more high quality version, you can see how, like, you know, what your money is kind of getting you. Obviously, the real test is how the bag holds up after months of wear and use. So if you are interested in seeing a follow-up video review for this brand after I've had this bag for a while and I've kind of put it through its paces, definitely leave me a comment and let me know, and I will make a note to take some notes in the next few months and film a follow-up video later. I'd love to know what you think. Have you heard of Parisa Wang before? And do you think that luxury quality can exist out of the big luxury brands? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this review, please don't forget to subscribe because I am always sharing fun fashion-related videos, and I do quite a bit of reviews on mid-level luxury handbags when I can get my hands on them. Speaking of which, I think you may really enjoy this unboxing right here. So go ahead and check this video out next. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you all over here. And if not, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.